Okay. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a phenomenal start to your day. I would love to see and hear who is on here. I can kind of guess, but could you just say good morning, where you're calling from, just so we can know. I see Melinda on here, and she kind of knows the drill. She's done it before. She's tagging people in the comments, and so let's talk about that while Facebook wakes up for just a minute. Do you have somebody that you want to make sure they get on the right track? They're not spinning their wheels. They've got a plan for August. What you want to do is you want to tag them. Good morning, Jamie Kinsey. You want to tag them in the comments so that, sorry, I was eating some almonds, so that when they see that tag, they may not be available to join us right now. Good morning, Henry Hageman. Mick Daly, hello. Um, I can't believe Mick's up. Mick, it's early for you out there. Um, so you want to tag people so they can watch it later too, because what happens on Facebook stays on Facebook and on YouTube. It's not going anywhere, so it's going to be there for you. Okay, so please do that. And we're learning. We're getting better. I'm not a pro yet either, but this is not like an event. I don't want you to think of this as an event where we're like you're showing up for an event. I want this to be when we get together and talk and have like community time. We're trying to be better. We're trying to have rhythms in our business. So the best you can, let's interact. Let's make sure we're engaging on this chat. Beth's going to be on here today helping me. Good morning, Rhonda Murray Hubbard. Rhonda's always sunshiny and sparkly with her sunflowers. She's got a great new book. But what I'd like to do is as I'm talking, if you have, there's so many amazing leaders on here. If you have something that you think would be value that you need to add, or maybe I bring up something and you know the link of exactly where to find it, go ahead and put it in here and let's be a resource for each other. Okay. So since some of you I can tell are joining for the first time, here's the deal we're going to do today. This is the kickoff of the month call. We really do 3 calls every month. We do a start well call, and then I do a special training in the middle of the month on some topic. Last month we focused on 3-way calls. Okay. I'll share at the end what our topic is this month. I don't have it. It's on one of these slides here in a minute. And then at the end of the month, I do a finish strong call, because in order to hit your target for the month, and in this business, if you don't manage the month, you don't manage your paycheck, and you don't get the results you want. So you want to start the month well. You want to activate and do the activities during the month, maybe learn some new skills, and then come up near the end of the month and make sure you finish strong. And that's the rhythm we're trying to put on here, okay? So everywhere around you right now, you should feel it, no matter what age you are, whether you're a mom that's still a young family that has school-age kids. Maybe you're a mom that has kids that aren't in school yet, younger. Or you're a grandparent like me and you've got 7 kids and you saw all the pictures. I mean, like my 5-year-old first day in kindergarten today, he was so excited. And we saw all those pictures and we celebrated with him. But we feel this back to school pressure around us. So instead of letting that be a distraction, wouldn't it be cool if we could leverage that and utilize that? So that's what I want to focus on this morning, because I think we live in a world where in business, if you want to catch something, just like when you're fishing, you got to have some bait on your hook. I will tell you in a minute a story, but for the most part, we've got to have the right bait on our hook. Maybe y'all could put in here, what's your favorite thing about Juice Plus that you like to share? Product, smoothie, whatever. What's some things that you kind of throw out there as a teaser for people to try? I think I'd love to hear that. Okay, but an empty hook's not going to catch much. So we got to figure out what we're going to put on that hook, because the world that we live in, if you're not on social media, maybe maybe you go to Costco and you remember for decades they've been putting something for you to taste, orange chicken or Chick-fil-A nugget, or a piece of sausage or whatever. They're putting it on a stick for you to try it. Well, the internet and the world we live in, there are so many freemiums out there. It's free bait. I mean, it's literally everywhere. You don't have to pay for uh, a lot of things. There's PDFs, downloads, digital things, but the world is trying to attract you by tempting you with something for free. So it's something that we learn in our business. I love that, Rhonda, that you love to share your community. Valerie's right online with the healthy starts we're talking about this morning. And we did have a great kickoff call yesterday, and it focused on this. We're going to get there. So there's free bait around you everywhere. We're conditioned to like, well, can I try that? Can I get something for free? You're always asking, So one of the things that we're doing right now, and some of you are participating, some of you aren't, it's fine. We got one more month till the end of this month. We're doing a summer sample challenge, and we're giving away free little sample pouches that are share your story pouches, and that if you do 3 samples per week of any of our samples, you're in the drawing for that, and then the winners each week obviously get a prize too. I mean, it's amazing how this is working. Just let me give you a few stats here. Look at this. So I don't know if this is. Oh, I'm sorry. This I didn't get it updated. They were going to update this slide for me, and we didn't. But June 27th that week, there's our leaderboard of how many samples were being given out. It's unbelievable. 70 samples in a week, 50 samples in a week, 30 samples in a week. And here's some people these are people that got samples but also added new customers last week. But how does it work? You can sign up, bakealife.com/summer challenge. There's weekly accountability. You give out samples, you check out, fill out this form, and you're in the drawing to win the prize, but it's holding you accountable to make sure you're giving out samples. But I want to get back to our fishing analogy for just a minute, because Lori and I actually caught more fish in one day without bait, and I didn't catch the fish in the mouth. Has anybody on here, has anybody ever been to Alaska to go salmon fishing? Anybody ever been salmon fishing in Alaska? I mean, I love to eat salmon. And we brought back about, 150, 200 pounds of salmon from our trip. And, if you get the wild caught salmon, it's substantially more expensive than the farm raised salmon. And it's way better eating, and it's better for you, and it's better tasting too. But Carol Garner, you're forgiven because you're late. It's okay. So join us anytime. You can catch up. I mean, that's the cool thing about this. You can rewind the video, pause it, whatever you need to do. But Lori and I were both fishing, and when you're out there in Alaska and in this salmon season, they spawn and they go upstream. And the reason you catch so many fish is I think there are more fish present than there is water. Because 90% of the 100 fish or so that I caught that day, and Lori caught that day, we didn't catch them in the mouth. You just snagged them. You were literally throwing an empty hook out there into the water. Maybe it had, maybe you put a little bead or something on there. It wasn't really food. It was just floating in the water. And when the fish swam by and bumped into it, you'd snag them. So, I mean, very rarely, like in a business like ours, is there that kind of opportunity out there where there's just so many you can't even catch them. We've been through seasons of that, where there were layoffs in our country and the mortgage crisis. When you've come out of a crisis, it's where it seems to be there more open-minded fish in the pond for you to talk to. But what I want you to think about right now is, even as a business person, it's the same as maybe you getting a ticket to go somewhere for free. It's just like our prayer breakfast coming up, or our worship gathering. I'll use it as an example. It's $10 to come. Now that offsets a fraction of the cost of the room, the AV, the speaker, the expenses, the travel, the honorariums. But it's not about the money. I need a head count. I need to know who's coming, because when we came out of COVID, this is my gift to everybody to do this. But by making it free, everybody signed up, and then they didn't get up. They didn't wake up that morning. They weren't committed. So that little ticket helps me get a head count, but it makes people have just a teeny bit of skin in the game, and it gives you a better turnout. Well, I think we have grown accustomed to and numb to how amazing our Healthy Starts program is. Have you ever been around something so good for so long? Like, I'm trying to think of another example. Somebody's got a good example in the chat. You can put in there, but where you've where you've had something when you first got it, it was so amazing. I can give you an example. So, how many of you? Here's another question for you, because I was watching Loretta Wilkins Facebook feed popped up this morning, and she does a great job on social media. She just had a little graphic, and she posted a question: kind of done running. Any tips on the best shoes for walking? And so she's getting good interaction. And um, I've been a runner all my life. I was running as much as 30 miles a week. Probably it's 10 now. My knees don't like it every day, but the days that I don't run, I usually walk 5 to 7 miles in a 30-pound weighted vest. And so we started walking. So I was into her little comment, and I shared the three pairs of shoes that I like to walk and run in: the Hoka's, the Brooks, and the um, New Balance that we have. Anyway, I put on a pair of, I ran in a pair of my On Clouds that I usually just bang around in with blue jeans, because we were out of town and I forgot my Hoka's, a pair of the shoes that have the thick, really good cushiony soles. And I just, I had neglected to think about and appreciate the cushion my feet were enjoying once I bought those Hoka's with that thick, amazing sole on the bottom. And so I was in Texas somewhere, and I ran in my On Clouds that I call them my blue jean shoes, and the soles on them are about that thick. They're supposed to look cool and be trendy and fashiony, but they're not good to run in. So um, that moment, I've been so accustomed. I just put my Hoka's on and I get up and go running or walking. And when I first got them, I'm like, that cushioning is amazing. It's unbelievable. But then they're just in your closet. You put them on, and your feet still appreciate it, but you don't mentally think about, this is really exceptional and making my running or walking easier. And I think that's the way I was. Did any of you, like, when you first joined? Well, I don't know when you first joined. But most of you on here, I'm a dinosaur. I've been around before the children's health used to call it Children's Health Study, before Healthy Starts existed. And I remember when it came out. I remember when Jay got up on the stage and shared from his heart how there was a segment of the population that was not, Juice Plus was like setting all kinds of records. Research was coming out. Um, it was a breakthrough. It was kind of like Jetson food growing up. You push the button and the perfect food for your body to bridge the gap, to get the nutrition you needed. It was there, and it was helping so many families. But Jay said, you know what? One of the groups that needs this the most is not getting it. And he said, you've got young families where the husband and wife are not at their highest income earning years yet they have kids. Adolescents primarily was the target he was talking about, where they're at some of their highest expense years, between football and school clothes, and you got to get them a phone now, all the things that we buy these kids. So not at your peak income earning years, and then on top of that, you were at a high expense year. So those adolescents were not getting Juice Plus because the families couldn't afford it. And Jay said, we're going to solve that problem. We're going to set up a foundation that's going to make that Juice Plus free. And previously it was for a smaller age group, but now that age group is for all the way up until they turn 26. But when I first found out about that, I mean, it literally, it made you want to cry when Jay explained it. But then you just wanted to go home and tell everybody you knew that had kids in that place how our company could bless them. And I'll admit, for me too, how many of you over time, maybe you'd never heard that story about Jay, because he put the first big chunk of money in there, and now the manufacturer, the company, and every one of us as partners. I tell people, I said, no, and I'm going to make a donation so your child can have it for free, because our little contribution to the Healthy Starts is our way of participating. But how many of you over time have maybe devalued that program, kind of like I devalued the massive cushion in my Hoka running shoes. And then all of a sudden, I realized when I put the old shoes back on that didn't have the cushion in them or weren't even strategically made for that, it's like, wow, those shoes are special. Well, maybe you've not, what's the right word? Maybe you've not acknowledged that that tool's in your toolbox. I can tell you something the other day. I mean, I had bought this gadget that would it was an electric saw that would use the same batteries as my power drills did, but a little bitty saw. And I caught myself in the backyard and I was sawing with a handsaw this piece of PVC pipe, and all of a sudden I was in the garage the next day. I'm like, I'm so stupid. I actually bought a tool that would have done the hard sweat and tears work that I did yesterday. It would have zipped it, but I forgot it was in my toolbox. I just totally forgot it was there. It's like you got a tool, but you're not plugged into the power source. And we've got this Juice Plus for our families. But how many families could you open the door, could you interest if you weren't overlooking that one thing that was in your toolbox? Okay. And so what I want you to think about is Healthy Starts exist for a couple reasons. Yes, it exists because Jay, with his heart and with his generosity, wanted to help a segment of the population. There's no doubt that that was a big part of it. But Healthy Starts also exists because in our business, Skylar said it best. One of the reasons our sales team exists is to give you a reason to open your mouth. Is it an incentive? Is it a sample? Is it a new product? And this has never gone away since the day we had it. But we're right now, I want this call to wake you up because everywhere around you, back to school is in the air. You know what that means? That means back to 30 people in a classroom and back to 30 people times however many germs those 30 people can carry. It means flu season's coming. It means your immune system never needs to be stronger. And you want your kids' immune system to be strong because you don't want them to bring the junk back into your house every day. So Healthy Starts exist because it's needed to help us inspire healthy living around the world and to benefit some people that are low on the income level to afford it. But it also exists because it's the number one tool in your toolbox. It actually is. If you can lead with what's free, isn't it easy to pick up the phone call and tell somebody you got something that's amazing that's free? Healthy Starts give you a reason to open your mouth. Do any of you, I mean, if you have one, Rhonda might have one. Rhonda and Roland might have one because they're my kind of people. They're out in the country. But some of you, does anybody actually have one of these? We have one hanging on our wall at our duck club. But this is from I get a kick out of this. This comes from Bass Pro Shop, and it's this big mouth bass, and he actually talks. So he's sitting there hanging on the wall, and he's like crazy talking to you. You have one of those, Rhonda? I bet Rhonda does have one. You know, you've got to leave. If you've got a freemium, you've got something in your hands. Jay's given you. What is it going to take for you to open your mouth? You know, I've got posts going out on, and I'm trying to do 4 platforms. I'm doing Facebook and Instagram. I am shouting from the mountaintops how amazing our research is because people are putting crap in their mouth. They don't even know what's in the bottle. They just saw an ad on TV or somebody said, try this, or they saw it was on sale at Walmart. And I'm at the stage in my life where I'm not putting something in my mouth and affecting my body and my metabolism and my well-being unless I know what's in it. So I'm shouting from the mountaintops our research on Facebook and Instagram, and I am shouting from the mountaintops about Healthy Starts on Twitter and LinkedIn, just trying some different stuff. So, and I'm talking to a lot of people on the golf course, at the pickleball courts, on the phone. I'm going to go meet with a new personal trainer today, and he's got a whole personal training studio, and I'm going to meet with 6 trainers over there today. and talk to them about it. So my question to you is, what is it going to take for you to open your mouth and just talk about it? You've got this amazing tool, and I want you to see this Healthy Starts program. It's a reason for you to open your mouth 10 times today. It's a reason for you to, who are 10 people that you know that have a child, a grandchild, a niece, a nephew, or a family that has a deserving child between the ages of 4 and 26, that you can make a phone call and bless their socks off by giving them a healthy start to the new year. I guarantee it. We all know those people. We all know those people, and we need to step up. When they added the age to 26, you know what that means? Those that aren't in school, somebody who's serving. What about a young man that's gone off to be in the military at age 18, wants to serve our country, wants to fight for our freedom? They got 18 to 26 to be on Juice Plus for free while they're in the military. Are you talking to them? Are you reaching out to those people? All you got to do is, now we have a way. Used to just be a shopping cart, but now we can go to our personal websites. And you all, if you're a leader in this business, yes, Carol, it does sing. You didn't see that? I hope y'all heard the sound. Um, but anyway, so you go to your website. Mine's kurtbeavers.juiceplus.com. I don't know what yours is, but you can see in that. Let me see if I can blow this up. I'll probably mess everything up. Let me see if I can do that. Okay, up there at the top, you see the little URL. I put in kurtbeavers.juiceplus.com, but that's what shows up. That's how the system remembers you, because that partner equals that number. That's my ID number, is at the end of that link. And if you share that, so you go to kurtbeavers.juiceplus.com, you'll go to the home page. It'll have that partner equals in it. And then you're going to navigate. You're going to go to shop, Healthy Starts. And I clicked on not just the homepage, but I clicked on more information, so that it wasn't just signing up. It was all the information. And I put that at the end of each post. And, there are a lot of people, guys. If you're a leader in this business, you have a lot of people that have never used our new system the way it's supposed to be used. Okay. They're still learning, and you need to take a minute and go show them how to use their link, because they would get excited too and share it on social media. I don't know, Beth, if you've got access to it, but in our Google Drive, there's a couple things. One, in our Canva, Beth, there is a document that you can share. There's 20 posts about our research. Most of you have that from our NMD chat. And then there's another one that's 8 back to school posts. And Beth, that's a Google Doc in our shared drive if you want to stick those in here, if you can find them. If not, if any of you all are in our Voxer chat and want to grab those, if Beth can't find them, you can stick them in here. But I've already done the post for you. All you got to do is change the link and put a picture in. Why would you not do that all day, every day during this season? Because one person might see your post today, but social media is like a river. If Rhonda posts something, or Amy posts something, or Jen Hageman posts something today, I might be busy. I might be in that meeting with those personal trainers. And because it's not in my social media feed when I'm looking at it, even though I get notifications, yes, but I might miss it. But if she posts something tomorrow and I'm not as busy, I might see it. So to me, social media is kind of like a river, especially X and Instagram. It's kind of like a river where stuff flows down, and you really see stuff in that river that's floating by you when you're looking at it. When you're doing other things, sometimes you miss it, and that's why we need to do stuff over and over again, okay? So take those documents, use those posts, use them wisely, and teach your teams how to share their URLs to make sure that it stays with them and they get credit for it. We've got a few resources, and I want to tell you about this. So I just did a video as a dad and a granddad. It's on YouTube. Easiest way to get kids to eat more fruits and vegetables. Just kind of my passion as a dad. You can go grab that, use it on YouTube with your prospects. Dr. Valerie Miles and I did a video last week that was a pediatrician talking about easy ways to get your kids to eat more fruits and vegetables for the new school year. Let me pull up this so you can see it. The call this month, our prospect call is, where's all my pictures? Hang on, guys. Things just disappeared from me. Here we go, photos. Um, there is a new flyer just out. Let me find it for you. Hold on. Can't ever find anything when I'm looking for it. It is. Oh, wrong one. Hang on, y'all. Just be patient. We don't have to be fancy. We're just trying to. Where is that flyer? Does anybody have the flyer for Dr. Paul Stricker? You can put in the chat. Let me see if I had it, but I can't find it right now. So Dr. Paul Stricker is our guest speaker. He is a pediatric sports medicine specialist. And I know where it is. It's on boards. Duh. Sometimes I get, so here we go. Boards. And let's go home. Let's go here. What's hot? Monthly corporate calls. And here we go. So the call on August the 14th. Can y'all see that? August the 14th is with Nicole Thomas, our West Coast Regional Director, Dr. Paul Stricker, and Carrie Lynn Netco, okay? If you'll go to boards, remember I went to the Juice Plus board, I went to What's Hot, I went to monthly corporate calls, and it pulled up this PDF, and it's got this flyer, and the individual flyers will be available. I've just copied and cut and paste this for now. But if you register, your guest will get a reminder, or you can register them, and they'll get a reminder, and they'll get the replay. That's going to be an amazing call. Dr. Paul Stricker he's in California, but this is a doctor for children, a pediatrician, but he specializes in children's and adolescent sports medicine. Think about, like my son has 3 kids playing football right now, and he coaches 2 of the teams, and he's head of the rec league. This is going to speak his language. These kids are wide open. They need rest. They need the right fuel. They need the right amount of exercise and not too much heat so they don't get a heat stroke. This is the kind of speaker that's going to speak to your parents. You need to make sure you're aware of this and get your kids and families that are around you on this call, because guess what? You've got something free to offer them. Remember that, okay? All right, let's go back to, where's Canva? Okay, so you've got all those videos. And then on the 14th, my podcast, it's called Life, It's What You Make It. I love the name of it that we came up with, because so many people, most people I know, you know what their life ends up like? It's whatever happens. It's not life, it's what happens. It's life, it's what you make it. Don't you admire people who go out and seize the day, that carpe diem, that take that kairos action on the day, and they determine what their day is going to look like. They operate and live their lives like a thermostat where they can set the temperature. They just don't let the world stick a thermometer in their mouth or in the air and tell them what the temperature is, and they just decide to settle in. No. So our podcast comes out twice a month on the 2nd and 4th Thursdays. So to kick off the school year, the first podcast in August on the 14th, it'll be released on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, all the platforms. It's also a podcast on YouTube, but that releases on the 14th this month, and you can have that audio, share it with a friend, and they can hear Dr. Valerie Miles talk about the critical need to use the Healthy Starts program for what happens and we undertake in a new school year. So that was really good, and you may want to make sure you have that. And I just got off the phone with Travis yesterday, our amazing CEO. Okay, I got to ask you this question. I know what Carol's going to put, but how many of you are football fans? And let's just take the abbreviation. I'm talking about college now. I'm not NFL's okay, but I'm not a huge NFL fan. I'll be honest with you. So if I were to put in who my favorite team is, I'd put in UGA, Georgia. Okay. So if you're Florida State, put in FSU. Everybody put in who are you cheering for this year's football season. I want to see who what kind of fans we have from what states. Are you SEC? Are you Big Ten? Carol, you haven't put a Bulldog in there yet. Carol, where's your UGA? I want to see it. So what is who's your school you support? I just want to see that. Okay, Melinda Crenwell is. She's Texas, and they're ranked number 1. Amy's LSU. Oh yeah, Bengal Tigers. And y'all spell go Geaux, don't you, Amy? I think that's right. So here's the reason I'm asking you. is the other thing that's on my brain right now. Yes, Carol Garner and I, we both have season tickets close to each other for the Georgia football games. And that's a big thing on my mind right now. I mean, I'm excited about football season starting, but one of the things that I get more excited about than just the football in and of itself. Katie's Ole Miss, yeah, the Ole Miss Rebels, Dallas Cowboys. Okay, I mean the Cowboys. If you're going to have an NFL team, the Cowboys are America's team. We have Indianapolis Colts. Okay, now who put in UT for me? Oh, that's Beth. Beth, you're cheating. Beth Bates is logged in. It's me, and she put UT. That's not my choice, Beth. You need to be yourself if you're going to claim hook 'em horns. Um, so let's think about football as something else that's happening right now. And so I love me some college football. And maybe you don't do this, but I would challenge you, go out there and study how the coaches are leaders. They're leading a team. They're motivating people. They're making them sweat to get better. And one of the most amazing things is when occasionally somebody will sneak a microphone in there, and you'll hear some crazy foul language sometimes too, but you'll hear a coach totally change the future or the second half and lead a team on to victory that's from behind, or they're tired and they have to finish what they started. How these people lead at halftime. And so we've been doing this all year. It's called the best year ever. It doesn't really matter that you've signed up or not. The ones that signed up have been getting tools, tips, and resources all year, because we kind of committed that we wanted to make 2025 one of our best years ever. We wanted to stand on the ground in December and look back and said, this was a year well done. And we broke that down into 12 months. But there are 4 big events that we're doing. And this is the third one, big virtual event. It's going to be at 7 p.m. on August the 21st. If any of you saw, the date earlier was August the 14th, and I've got to go pick up my granddaughter from Texas. They're coming home. And then the next Wednesday, but there was something we couldn't do that Wednesday. But anyway, it's the 21st. It will be, it's 7 o'clock Eastern. It'll be an hour before the company's training call that week. So you can make that a big double whammy evening. But I've got several speakers. Now, I'm not going to tell you who the other 2 are yet because we're working on the content for them. But everybody has been asked, it's halftime. You're talking to your team. What are you going to do to make sure they win the race and they're victorious? And one of the most amazing ones is our CEO, Travis Garza. I don't know if he's going to put on a hat and have a whistle in his mouth, but he's going to talk to all of us from the locker room about what we need to do with the resources now in place to finish strong, to finish what we started. And many of you started this and got technology and digital hiccups, and COVID hit right in the middle of it, and you got frustrated, and you've gone into the locker room and you need to be refocused and revisioned and re-talked to. So I'll be sharing with Travis, and we have a doctor who's going to be our medical trainer talker in the locker room, and then we're going to have a fitness expert. There's a couple. I haven't decided which one we're in. We're in process of picking one of these 2 or 3. That's why I'm not giving you a name yet. But it'll be about a 45-minute virtual event. And you can go to that website, makealife.com/BYE 2025. You can see the whole program we've been doing all year. But you can just click on that and sign up, and you'll get all the information about how you log into that halftime show on August 21st. Okay? We're getting long here. Let's wrap up. August the 13th, the day before, we'll have our special training. The 27th, that'll be our finish strong to end the month. This is just a sidebar. Worship gathering. The QR code did not get put in there, but I'll tell you the link. What's her name? Babby Mason, I drew a blank, is amazing. She's going to be our guest, our worship leader, and she has a powerful message to share. She's impacted so many lives. I mean, if you ask Harriet Salzer, I mean, I've been trying to get her for probably 20 years to come. Okay. She's going to be leading worship on Friday morning. Go to makealife.com/worship. Grab your ticket. You can come. And then one more thing that I do every week. I know we all get a lot of text, but one of the things that I think is a key to my routine, and God has given me energy like the ever ready bunny. I mean, I get up and like I'm wide open. I mean, I don't even need when I wake up. I mean, I'm ready to go run. That's just the way God wired me, and I need a lot of resources from other people. But a resource God gave me that I get to share is my energy is contagious. I mean, that's what I love to do. And one of the things that I've learned to do is I don't just let the week in front of me happen. I plan the week. How many of you would say that you're consistent either on a Sunday night or a Monday morning that you do sit down with your paper, your digital, your virtual calendar, and maybe the other people in your life and you plan your week out? Or do you just let Monday through Friday unfold and see what happens? Well, I want to help you. And this is one text you're going to get per week. It's Monday morning at 8 o'clock Eastern. So whatever that translates to into your time zone. If you're on Do Not Disturb, it'll pop up when you wake up. Um, but it's just going to be some inspiration, motivation to say, hey, Jamie, hey, Janelle, hey, Carol, it's a brand new week. Think on this thought. What are you going to do to make this week happen? Don't just let it happen. You're going to get that every Monday. And you can text wake up to that number on the screen. And you can quit whenever you want to, but I promise you, it is not a text list where you're going to get bombarded. It's literally one text per week. That's it. That's all that group gets. Okay. But it is to wake. It's just like a subtle cattle prod that doesn't hurt, where I'm going to poke you every Monday and say, it's time to plan your week. And if I do this on Monday mornings because I think it's a better time to remind you. But if it were up to me, I would teach you to plan your week on Sunday nights. There's science out there, proven science, that you sleep better on Sunday night. At least one, I can help you gain sleep on one of your 7 nights of sleep every week. On Sunday nights, if you plan your week out and have some clarity in your mind of what the week ahead looks like, 100% guarantee you sleep better. If you wait till Monday, you think about that while you sleep subconsciously, and you don't get that REM sleep you need. So if you want to sleep better and you want to be more productive and have a more effective life, don't just plan your week. Do it on Sunday nights, not Monday mornings. It's a huge difference. Okay. All right. That is all I have for you guys today. Sorry, I went like 7 minutes over my goal. I was trying to be done at 11. But y'all were a blessing. Thanks for the great comments. I'm best in trouble for making you all think I was a Texas fan. That's a no-no. And we beat y'all twice last year. So, I mean, it's just not a big deal. We'll see. Y'all are coming to Athens this year. But have a blessed day. Let's kick this month off and make it amazing. And find a child that needs better nutrition, and you've got something free to share with them. Don't hold back, okay? Talk to you later.